Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are also welcomed. In this video, I will be showing us how to calculate a simultaneous equation using Microsoft Excel. If you are new to this channel and you are watching this video for the first time, go below this video and click on the subscribe button so that when we release new video, you will be notified okay. So in this video I will be showing us how to compute a simultaneous equation using Microsoft Excel. Now the first thing you need to understand is that a simultaneous equation involves solving two equations at the same time. So in this case we are going to look at how you can solve a simultaneous equation using Excel. Now the first thing you need to know is that we are dealing with two unknown in the case of this example, and it says please enter the value of x and y and their respective constants. So the first thing you need to do is to put your x here, type your x and type your y, and just call your heading coefficients just for easy understanding. And what is the coefficient of x here? Look at this, my cursor here in this question 1. The coefficient of x here for equation 1 is 2. I think you can see it right now. So the coefficient of y for equation 1 is 3. That's why we put 3 here. And the constant, you can see 21. That's why I put 21 here. This is for equation 1. Are we together? So you move to equation 2. The coefficient of x is 5. That is the coefficient of x. The coefficient of y now is 2. That is for this place. I think you can see now. So the coefficient of y is 2, while the constant is 3. So once you have put in these variables, the next thing you will need to do is to type in a formula, and that formula will help you to get the inverse of the coefficient. So the first thing we need to do is to find the inverse of this coefficient, and the inverse of this coefficient, this is 1 2 3 4. So I want to make sure that my answers are in this place. 1 2 3 4. I want to make sure I look for the inverse of 2, put it here. The inverse of 3, I put it here. The inverse of 5, I put it here. The inverse of 2, I also put it here. So I want to make sure I put all the inverse of this number down. So the first thing I will need to do, like I said, is to look for the inverse of this coefficient. So what you do is that you will highlight the place you want your answer to be, because this is an array formula. So you need to highlight the place you want your answer to be, and you go to your Excel formula tab. This is formula tab. Then you type in this formula equals to mean, min I equals to mean verse. You can see it right now. This mean verse. Mean verse will help you to look for the inverse of all the coefficients. So you double click on it, minverse, inverse. So what you do is that you just highlight this coefficient. You see I've highlighted it. Then you close the bracket. Okay. Then instead of you pressing enter, take note, because you have highlighted these 4 data sets and this formula is an array formula, so you press Ctrl Shift Enter. You can see Ctrl Shift Enter on your keyboard instead of your regular enter. You press Ctrl Shift Enter at the same time. Okay, so it's going to give you the answer. So these are the answers now. I think you can see. If you just press enter, it will give you for only one. So you press Ctrl Shift Enter at the same time. Please don't forget, you press Ctrl Shift Enter on your keyboard at the same time. Ctrl Shift Enter works for array formula, and this mean verse, you can see it right now, is an array formula. So now we have been able to look for the inverse of all these value. So the next thing we are going to do is to look for the answer of x and y, and to get that we are going to use the function that we call mmult. Okay, so you are going to come here and the same thing, because this formula is an inverse, you highlight all the 2 places you want your answer to be, go to your formula tab and press equals to mmult. Look at it. So it says the matrix of a number, then you open a bracket. It says array 1. So your first array will be this place that you have gotten the inverse. That's why we calculated the inverse in the first place. So you are going to highlight it. This is the first array. Then you put comma. It's asking us the second array. The second array will now be your constant. This constant 21 and 3. So So you also highlight it. Alright, you highlight it, then you close your bracket. Okay, you highlight it and then you close your bracket. Now instead of us to just press enter, we are going to press Ctrl Shift Enter. You can see 3 and minus 9. You can see minus 3 and 9. That is the answer for x and y. If you are a mathematician or you are a mathematics guru, you can try to solve this equation. Solve it manually. The answer will give you 3 minus 3 and 9. Now the beauty of this template I just designed is that, let us say I want to calculate for number 2 now. All I just need to do is to change my coefficients and my constant. Okay, so what I will do is that this is x and the coefficient of x here is an invisible 1, so I'll just put 1 here. Okay, and the coefficient of y for equation 1 is minus 5, so I'll say minus 5. All right, and the coefficient of this one, this is equation 2 for number 2, is just 1, invisible 1. Those of us that understand mathematics, so you put it here, and the coefficient of y here is 4, that is plus 4, so you just put normal 4 or plus 4. Now the constant of equation 1, the constant of this equation 1, you know this is 1 and minus 5. The constant is what? Is 1. We can see it right here. So you just put 1 here, and then the constant of equation 2 is 28. You put 28. Press enter. You can see it. The x is 16, the y is 3. So you can see all you just need to do is to change the coefficient of your x and y and to change your constant. Okay, so let us play around the third one as well. So the coefficient of this third one, the coefficient of x for equation 1 is 3. Okay, the next one is that the coefficient of y is minus 1. That is an invisible 1 here, so you say minus 1. All right, so press enter. The coefficient, this is where I'm looking at the coefficient of equation 2 is 2x. That is 2. X is 2. The coefficient is 2, and the coefficient of this one right here is minus 3. So I'll come here and say minus 3. Okay, now the constant for equation 1 is 11. So I'll come here and say 11. Press enter. And the constant of equation 2 is 3. So I'll come here and say 3. Press enter. So my x is 2 and my x is 4, my y is 2. So you can see it right now. My x is 4 and my y is 2. So guys, this is how you can use Microsoft Excel to solve a simultaneous equation. Okay, so this is how you can use Microsoft Excel to solve a simultaneous equation. Alright, so if you are new to this channel, kindly please click the subscribe button so that you will be notified when I release new video. Remember that here you are going to use the formula called the mean inverse to first of all get the inverse, and in the second step where you get the answer, you are going to use the MMULT, where you are going to pick the inverse as the first array and pick the constant as the second array. Then whenever you want to press your answer, always press Ctrl Shift Enter, because this is an array formula. So guys, that will be all on this video. Please click the subscribe button, like, share and comment on this video if you found this video useful. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Just click the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you will be the first person to be notified when we release new video. I will see you in my next video. Thank you and God bless.